Mason S says, please, please, please do a video trying to do Anitra's voice. I think you'd nail it. Honestly, if it's hitting in your body, then that's what it's supposed to do. And that's all you need to know. It sounds so bad. Hello everyone, my name is Roberto Christian, but you may call me Robby for short. And today, I'm going to fix Willow Pill's champion team because I don't like it. I felt the pressure of having to come up with a team that made sense with her runways and personality because the season had just finished airing, but ended up being rushed and I genuinely just don't feel proud of it. Even after posting the video, I felt like I did her a disservice. I thought Lady Camden's champion team was much better, and she didn't even win, so let's fix that. Before we start, I want to mention that we have a Discord server now. Feel free to join using the link in the description or in the comments section somewhere. Without further ado, let's get started. As a final challenger, it's important to me to give the winning queens a team that both is intimidating and represents their drag. However, with this team, I focused so much on making a balanced team that I didn't pay enough attention to her drag aesthetic, so I'm gonna do a complete overhaul. Plus, having new Pokemon made this video slightly easier. Let's start with Amoonguss, based on her Holy Couture runway, and build a team around it. I originally chose Shiinotic for this look because it has the flashiest design of all the mushroom Pokemon. Amoonguss though is a better competitive choice with significantly less weaknesses than Shiinotic. Plus, it better matches the look's color scheme. Now that there have been other mushroom-inspired runways on the show, such as Cheddar Gorgeous and UK Series 4, Amoonguss feels more appropriate for Willow. Her second Pokemon is Grimsnall, based on her Glamazon Prime runway. This is the only member of her team that I'm keeping intact. I had originally given Willow a fairy-type specialty, and I still stand by that decision. I mean, she literally played the part of a fairy godmother in the Rusical, but I shouldn't have limited myself to a specific type for a champion. The long arms on this look remind me of how Grimsnall can stretch his arms to attack opponents. It's even more fitting when you think about her initial look from that final lip sync against Lady Camden. Willow often talked about how her humor comes from darkness. Grimsnall is a perfect choice for her, as its dual dark and fairy typing fits that contrast of dark humor that Willow is into. Her third Pokemon is Dragonpalt, based on her Mirror Mirror runway. Most champions in Pokemon games have pseudo-legendary Pokemon in their team. Pseudo-legendaries always have a base stat total of 600 and have a 3-stage evolutionary line. They're typically Dragon-type. In my Season 14 video, I gave her a Goodra because her JLo runway was the same color and her hairdo reminded me of Goodra's antennae. Goodra's Pokédex entry describes it as a very lovable and loyal Pokemon. In my head, I imagined Willow and Goodra being the best of friends, but I just didn't feel convinced. Dragonpalt feels more appropriate for a wildcard contestant like Willow. While this look didn't exactly meet the brief of Mirror Mirror, it was a unique concept. The fireworks on the back remind me of how Dragonpalt shoot Dreepy as projectiles from the orifices on its head. Her fourth Pokemon is Claudesire, based on her second reveal lip sync for the crown look. Remember how we talked about Goodra and Willow being best friends? That's the role that Claudesire here is filling. I also like to think it's slimy like Goodra. Claudesire's Pokédex entry in Pokémon Scarlet talks about how risky it is for it to attack using the spines on its back. When attacked, this Pokemon will retaliate by sticking thick spines out from its body. It's a risky move that puts everything on the line. Willow has cystinosis, a disability caused by a buildup of cystine and affects many parts of the body. I can't think of a better Pokemon for Willow to have than a cute, joyful blob that painfully risks its life for its own safety, or in Willow's case, an art form that makes her happy. Her fifth Pokemon is Mousehold, based on her You're a Winner runway. During her confessional, she explained that she loved rats so much that she wanted to be one on the runway. Rats and mice are not the same, but they are similar species with little differences. Mousehold is the epitome of a mouse Pokemon, and it has that cartoonish vibe that Willow mentioned in her confessional. Since Mousehold is comprised of multiple mice, and the name makes reference to a household, it reminded me of her Spring Has Sprung runway, in which she wore a house on her head. And it has such a simple yet weird design that makes it perfect for her. Her final team member is an alternating choice between two Pokemon. The first of the two is Sableye, based on this comment from Richmond Kennedy, who said Willow should have had a Sableye as an obvious reference to how her cystinosis causes crystals to form behind her eyes, which she herself described as quite glamorous.
What is your chronic illness?
It's called cystinosis, and then it just blocks your kidneys and your eyeballs and your fingers.
Wow.
It grows little crystals in your eyes. It's very glamorous, yes.
Though I think of Sableye more as a mascot for Willow, since it's not the most reliable in battle. I acknowledge how it was indeed a good Pokemon to give her, and I regretted not thinking of that myself. When she's not battling with Sableye, Willow takes out her Spiritum instead, based on her Showgirl Showdown look. This is the outfit from her grand finale performance. I had originally chosen Runerigus with this look, but the more I thought about it, the more Spiritum made sense. Willow reveals the other heads on this dress mid-performance, which reminds me of how Spiritum is canonically formed by 108 spirits. This look also matches the greenish color scheme of the wisp around its body, and it has a circular shape, kinda like Spiritum. What ties it together though is that Season 13 contestant, Utica, whom I gave a ghost type specialty in my Season 13 video, actually helped create this look for Willow's performance. Even the title of the performance, I Hate People, fits so well, as Spiritum is known for causing mischief, bound by an odd keystone for misdeeds from 500 years ago. I was genuinely torn about which of these to choose because they both fit on her team very well, but since they have the same type combo, I decided to have Willow alternate between the two. There. I'm content with this team. I don't think I'll be modifying teams from previous videos again, unless I overlook something so glaringly obvious. If I do, it'll make for great content. Thank you so much for watching, leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and as always, I appreciate you being here. Bye!
Have you heard the voice? Can I get a McDouble, no cheese, medium fries, and a large Dr. Pepper?